And I got kind of lucky. In the vault, we got our 5th myth token. I mean, it's a set. It's a piece that I will convert into a set piece with what is that called again? You know, the thing which you can use to create set items from normal items. They changed a lot, considering that previously, we're talking about the anniversary event. That's the title of the video. Previously, bronze celebration tokens were incredibly rare. It was difficult getting them. And now Blizzard is buffing it significantly. We're talking about 10 tokens per quest, and once you reach 100, you can also farm Chromie's event. Chromie's, what is it called? The Codex of Chromie. Per run you will get 2 crests, and all the raid bosses and all the difficulties from Blackrock, whatever, will also give you tokens. So Blizzard buffed it after a week already, because people rightfully said, Blizzard, what the heck is wrong with you? And it worked. And now we get more tokens quickly, which is great. I'm just doing a screenshot because of this imposter.
Thanks for your assistance. With your help, we can calm them down and guide them back to their honey-making duties.
Many farewells.
I thought for a moment that we maybe have to soak that, but no.
Ishnu Allah.
Good to see you, Commander.
I mean, the rare creatures. Oh. Tokens first week. Hi there. A live element. I think it was like 50-ish, but I did all the quests, and I also did the crates that you could find with a secret event. You know, the ones you could find in Kalimdor, in Decilis, and in Zandalar, in Dazalor down here in the dive bar. So it should be possible to get to 100 this week if you do everything. For example, there is also a PvP quest. You need to win 10 arena skirmishes, and that will also give you 10 tokens. And they also changed, once you reach 100, you will be able to permanently farm the tokens. So per Codex of Chromie we will get 2 tokens. Once you have the 100 token achievement, you need 100 and then you get the achievement, and then you can farm permanently. So Codex of Chromie, and for the Blackrock raid you get per boss, per difficulty. So if you farm LFR, normal and heroic, all the bosses in the new Blackrock raid, you will get more than 100 tokens out of the raid alone per character. So if you have 10 alts, you can get 1,000 token a week if you do all the quest, all the raid difficulties. So it doesn't really matter now. Once you reach the 100 tokens, you can do all of it easily, quickly.
Bring back more shiny things.
Oh, even the Wax quest gives 8 tokens. Okay, that's hilarious.
Time to fix things.
Also, one moment. You also get after you get 100 tokens, you also get 3 tokens per daily quest from Korak's Revenge, so the PvP battleground, and you get 2 per classic time walking dungeon run, and 1 per world boss kill, daily lockout, so the anniversary boss kills. So yeah, once you reach 100, you can basically farm an infinite amount every day, easily.
Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
It's just what you need to do is get 100 tokens, so you get the achievement for the repeatable content.
Kill ads. Kill ads.
Thing that I'm not so sure about is if we can get the tokens on our alt characters. For example, with time walking, that would be cool if we could farm the tokens and level, but I'm reasonably certain that it's level 80 only, but I shall find that out very soon.
Kill ads.
Measure twice, cut once. Let's get this. Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Killads.
Just by the way, I quickly took a look into the World of Warcraft secret finding community, and we still only have 2
Killads.
crates. The guys are currently using some portals and Stormwind to get to random locations, and so they have not yet found the 3rd crate, so it's probably going to take some time.
Hope you brought tools. Time to fix things.
Killads. Killads.
Measure twice, cut once.
Killads.
Time to fix things. Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Killads.
What is possible? There was a bug. So when you had certain quests on your alt character from before the event was, all of those quests would give you anniversary tokens, even though there should be a hard limit on the amount of tokens you can get per account. So it was a bug that some people actually abused when they found out that you could, with old quests on orcs, get more tokens. So there was, for example, a guy who already had 100 tokens after like 2 days. So maybe that's the reason why?
Killads.
Because those quests are only designed to give you token once per warband, but again, if there was a quest from an alt character from before the anniversary event started, that still counted towards you gaining tokens, even though it shouldn't have. So it was buggy. I actually had that myself, but I chose not to abuse that bug because I'm not interested in getting my account banned, so it's not worth it.
Measure twice, cut once. Hope you brought tools. Measure twice. Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Killads. 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 Face away. Killads. Killads.
Time to fix things.
I have many, many wares.
Oh, we actually get, yeah, we get E8 tokens for each major quest. That's strong. Alright. Just by the way, so if you're thinking about doing all the weeklies for the event, I would recommend not to do the raid yet, because after you get the 100 token achievement, you get like 100 tokens for all the raid difficulties, so doing the raid now is kind of a waste.
The lamplighters are stretched thin. For the Arathi to survive, we must settle in lands shadowed from Beladar's light. The darkness strikes out with threats not even our key flames can dispel. Aid us, outsider. Be our beacon in the darkness. To maintain the key flame requires amassing a reserve of radiant remnants. Search the area, gather the remnants from the land, or take them from monstrous clutches.
Yeah, I also thought about doing it, but then again, because of these massive buffs to token gathering after this 100 token achievement, it's just not worth it.
Waterways have always been dangerous in Hallowfall. Fierce predators of the undersea slither up and prey upon the fisher folk. Keep them clear.
So what I have to do now is we need to get 5 elite creatures, because I took the Vault Boss quest. Meta quest, yeah. I didn't know that we actually have to kill 5 Ras too. So the easiest is definitely here in Hallowfall.
You may not share our faith, but your valor is a beacon that rivals the key flame. You have our gratitude. The sacred flame is powerful. Even those outside our faith can wield it through the use of holy oil.
might actually advance to the next region already. There's just too many people here. Yeah, I'm probably just going to do a little bit of flyover over the regions, since I need to get the 5 elites for the 8th token. Oh, 10 token! We get 10 tokens. Not 8, 10. This is so cool. It's a bit of a shame that we don't have weather patterns more, or just changing maps. It reminds me a bit about the evolution events in Battlefield, where just something incredible happens. It's just cool. But yeah, this is what I was a bit afraid of. If I am actively looking for elites, I'm not going to find any, which is a bit of a problem for our token gaining. Elf UI is great. So what I'm running right now is actually a shadow and light put on top of Elf UI.
The expedition built the Priory
and
as a place to
it's just
contemplate the mysteries of
the
Beledar.
nice thing is, of course, you also have a predetermined. Am I already tanked? Oh yes. You have this predetermined set of design that you can put onto every one of your characters. So if you put it as a preset, you can use this design on each of your alts with one click. So that's just perfect. And it just runs well. Back in the day, I tried to make hundreds of add-ons work together, but it's just a lot of work. And often it doesn't work, especially after patches. It's just more convenient.
Chainmail! Your training grounds fall to the intruders!
Me too.
You won't peel off Tainer! The intruders defile the altar of the sacred flame! You won't! I see that ours is the true path for the Arathi!
Defensive. Watch your step. Interrupt.
Feel Ember's wrath!
Defensive.
Dailcry was an Arathi hero. How could the Priory force him to turn against Hallowfall?
No. They belong to that old fool's sister Dailies. Destroy these outsiders! Her usefulness to the Empire has passed. Soon, the true faithful will arise, and the Arathi will be mighty. They've served their purpose. Baron, demonstrate your worth.
Those who oppose the Emperor will fall at our feet. By the Emperor's will!
seems that our token endeavor is going to have to wait. A friend of mine wants to boost his gold for a raid this evening. So we're going to have to do that. We're only going to take about an hour or so.
My first defeat.
Murpray has warped the Priory from a place of contemplation to an uprising. Why? She has always preached of the strength of the Emperor's will, but to turn against us is madness.
Belladar is the crucible. It burns away weakness. Its blinding light reveals the strength. We Arathi with an army of the Risen. The Arathi will defeat the Nerubians, conquer Khazar and subjugate the world!
No! Such heresy! They defile the sacred flame by animating the dead. They are no better than the Kobis.
You mean Retribution or Prot? So, oh, that's the boss. It's different, for sure. I mean, I'm talking about Retribution now. I mean, they kind of changed the whole dynamic of the class, because now we kind of have to care for our cooldowns a little bit more. It's not just phase for all the abilities that are active all the time. I'm not sure if I like this new focus on crit and mastery. It kind of takes away the feeling from last add-on. But it's okay-ish, I guess. It's not as good as before. So I definitely liked the before better, but it's not bad. It's just, it's different.
Watch your step.
The Empire will see you burn.
I have many lucky doos you like. May your feet find good trails.
What I dislike about Paladin, just by the way, there are a lot of placeholder abilities that just serve no purpose. For example, all these, oh, you get 90,000 here, and you can heal for 70,000, and you can heal for 20,000, or you can heal for 13,000. This is stuff that no one ever takes. There's just no reason for it. It's just, those are placeholder abilities that serve no purpose other than kind of enlarging this talent set. I would wish that Blizzard would finally give us meaningful talents, because ultimately there's one spec that everyone chooses because it's the best, clearly. There is no balance here, so you could also delete most of this because it serves no purpose, which is a bit of a shame, because other games can manage that a little bit better, where you actually have more choices that feel meaningful. For example, they're 5% more haste, or 10% more damage, or anything like that, which is meaningful. And not this, oh, you can heal for 5,000, really? I have millions of hit points, that's worth nothing. But beside that, it's okay. Alright, so I'm going to be AFK for 5-6 minutes. I need to prepare myself for a moment, since he wants to boost now. I'll be back in a couple minutes. So, concerning Herald of the Sun, personally, I think it's a bit boring, because technically everything is passive. It's great if you're just like I don't know, a Beastmaster Hunter and want to press a lot of buttons, but there's just nothing's changing. So with the Templar setting, at least you get one new ability on your Wake of Ashes. But Herald of the Sun is just a pure passive cleave build, which is fine in its own. It does a reasonable amount of damage, but nothing changes. It plays exactly like the Retribution played before. So if one likes that, fine, but for me personally it was a bit boring, just because this entire tree was kind of pointless. With Herald of the Sun, the only change that existed was that you got a longer Divine Steed, and beside that it was just exactly the same. Combustion. Yes, so technically there are new abilities, but they all get procced or triggered passively. So yes, there is new cool stuff that's exploding on the screen, that's correct, with Herald of the Sun, but technically there is no ability to press. So even though there is more going on in terms of damage, it's all passive. So you just don't do anything new. That's the, in my opinion, boring aspect, but it's just my opinion. I might actually oh, maybe I don't actually have to do this elite quest. It's annoying anyway. If this pact quest also gives crests, we're already done, because we still get 8 from the Wex crest, then we already have our 100. That would be perfect. Just overall, so I've been playing the game for a while, end of Classic, and I've played Paladin, a mained Paladin since Battle for Azeroth, and Retribution especially has never been in a better place. So until the rework in Dragonflight, Retribution kind of sucked. I did play it because I liked it, but it was never a good class. But with the way they changed the class, it's more fun. It's a bit over-nerfed in terms of death CDs right now. When the rework went active, Retribution was very strong in terms of survivability, so Blizzard nerfed it into the ground, and now we get these 20% damage reduction buffs, which are effectively less than other classes have, so the survivability of Retribution is actually not that great. It was very strong once, now it's nerfed into the ground, but it's still overall, it's just fun. I like it very much. It's a class where it's easy to have fun, That's the thing. There are a lot of classes where you have reasonably difficult rotations, and if you make a mistake in the rotation, for example, a Demon Hunter tank, if he does a mistake in his rotation, he's dead. And Retribution Paladin is kind of nice because it allows you to make mistakes, and it's still fun and a strong damage. There's a strong damage output. So just the class in general is in a good place right now.
I know answers. We are always watching. Have you come to learn?
Alrighty. Oh, we actually don't have to do a delve. Each of these should give 20%, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's great. Also, Prot Paladin. Mage. I also played a lot, but back in the day, I played Mage a lot in Burning Crusade and in Wrath of the Lich King. Then I kind of went onto a Warlock until I eventually changed my mage to this Paladin. Also, a lot of fun. I'm not sure if you ever played a tank, but a Prot Paladin is a shit ton of fun. You just do a lot of damage, you have a lot of survivability, you have a lot of abilities. It's just fun to press your kit. Even though you're a little bit spongy, again, Blizzard kind of nerfed it into the ground, so your health constantly goes down, and you need to heal yourself with Word of Glory. So a lot of healers don't like Paladin tanks, but it's a lot of fun to play. It's definitely worth to try out. Even if one only has played damage dealers so far, Paladin is definitely a class where you can get into tanking just because it's fun.
In the Sareki war effort is spun in Rockahont. It would be terribly inconvenient if someone were to despoil it.
So this right now, by the way, is one of the old bugs of LFUI that sometimes arrives. The nameplates are on, but I see no nameplates. And that can only get fixed by a reload. So there are some bugs to LFUI that sometimes are annoying, but you can usually fix them reasonably quickly. Even though, just because the LFUI might be affected, sometimes it can be a weak aura that kind of breaks LFUI, because sometimes when you... over the years, I once or twice contacted the LFUI support, and they were like, well, did you use any other add-ons or weak auras? Because their stuff works as long as you don't use any other stuff. Glacial Spike Icicle rework. I'm not sure actually what you're talking about. Again, I played Arcane Mage a lot. Never a lot of Frost. Back in the day, I remember the ICC era in Wrath of the Lich King. Frost was only really viable in PvP. Yeah, Blood Decay is a lot of fun. I mean, it's an awesome class, and it's also, from the survivability, from a practicality standpoint, it's just awesome because you can usually survive anything. It's not easy to be good as a Blood Decay, but if you are good, you're basically invulnerable because you don't die. A good Blood Decay, when he dies, yeah, the whole group probably fucked up.
danger is rising in the maddening deep. We must clear out what monstrosities we can before they spread further into the city.
Does that mean you play a lot of PvP? Curiously enough, I played a lot of PvP back in the day in Wrath of the Lich King. I was on a Shattered realm with a Gladi Warlock, and I played Retribution Paladin back in the day. I kind of mained in Wrath of the Lich King was kind of my nerdiest time, where I more or less mained 3 characters. So with 3 chars I raided and all. And I played a lot of PvP back in the day with my Warlock friend and with the Retribution Paladin, which oddly enough kind of worked out well. Our rating was kind of fine, but after Wrath of the Lich King I kind of took a pause, and after that I never really played PvP again, because I never really had a mate where it was fun and where we could play together at the same time. Even though overall I'm not really the arena type, I more enjoy 40-man battlegrounds. I mean, back in the day, Alterac Valley, some people hated it because it went on for hours, but it was just fun, I liked it. Also, open PvP I liked very much. I'm more like the mass player PvP events, where you have dozens of players, and not so much the small arena events. It's also, in my opinion, a bit of a shame when this whole Wrath of the Lich King era ended. I kind of... a moment. Yeah, that's the thing I was about to say. So after Wrath of the Lich King, when I took a pause, I played other MMOs. So I went on to play Star Wars, the MMO, and Lord of the Rings. And for example, in Lord of the Rings, there is, for PvP, one big area It's a little bit like, for example, this area, and it's kind of a never-ending PvP battle. It kind of reminds me of Eastern Kingdoms where Tol Barad. It was a bit similar, where, for example, you had fortresses constantly under attack with different layers, and where you had to fight upstairs, and where you had to push out the defenders as an attacker. So it was kind of large-scale warfare, almost siege warfare, where an entire faction pitted against each other. So it was kind of the ordinary battlegrounds reimagined. That's a bit of a shame that Blizzard never really changed their stance on PvP, because it has a lot of potential, but they kind of always stayed the same. Just battlegrounds and arena, and that's it. And open world, as you said, yeah, can be shitty for a time. And that's overall. That was a lot of fun, and interestingly enough, back in the day when I played this Lord of the Rings MMO, Cosmo people show up, more friends. Yep. I definitely agree with that, and that kind of changed. And what I noticed the most in this Lord of the Rings MMO is that more people played PvP. So I'd probably wager that a maximum of 5% of the community are actively playing PvP right now in World of Warcraft, probably a little bit less. So the actual number of people enjoying PvP is very low. And that's a bit of a shame, because it's kind of fun, but Blizzard really never nurtured PvP to become successful. That's a bit of a shame. Maybe it will change, but you never know. And yeah, with the calling friends, the thing is, usually nowadays, at least in my experience, you just get ganked or gank other people, and people just don't care. No one is interested in a good one-on-one. If you're playing with war mode on, you're just getting ganked by 3-4 rogues or something. So that's not really fun, because there's no purpose to it. Because there is no challenge. You just have the mass to overwhelm your enemy, and that's it. And that's just, at the end, PvE and stupid.
Information has always been an exquisite currency.
But that, of course, is something that Blizzard could also tackle. For example, they could greatly increase rewards for open world PvP if you go for a one-on-one. So they could create incentives to stop this ganking behavior, but as of now, Blizzard just doesn't care. Yeah, it's the same with the pet project. Blizzard just kind of drags it. It keeps dragging it with the add-ons, but never really gives it any love or special attention, especially since we kind of need a good rework, because again, I have the feeling that only a very small part of the community is interested in PvP, and that's a shame, and that's something that a developer needs to tackle. Just because they release a new battleground or arena is not going to make millions of people suddenly like PvP.
What are you doing here? Who sent you? Kahet is Korvan.
Yeah, but to be honest, Blizzard could have seen that one coming, because if they increase rewards with gold and reputation and stuff like that, and experience to level, obviously it's a massive incentive for PvE players. Just like now, for example, I've already seen a lot of flaming towards Blizzard, because the current event, one of the current quests with the weeklies to get tokens, 10 tokens, is to win an arena skirmishes. And obviously most people are never going to do that and they don't like it. So the problem with Blizzard is Blizzard believes that by forcefully pushing PvE players into PvP is suddenly going to make them like it. But that's not going to happen. So obviously if you give players an incentive for more rewards, they're going to play PvEP, but not because they like it, but because they feel forced to. And that's kind of a never-ending story with Blizzard, and to be honest, it's just stupid. Because you're not going to make people like PvP if you kind of enforce them into this, well, corner. It's not necessarily that this is the intention of Blizzard, but effectively, if the reward in a PvP scenario is bigger, the PvE player is going to choose the PvP scenario. Yeah. But that's actually a good idea, to not make it exclusive, but to make it a choice. So either do PvE or PvP content. But then again, the problem obviously being Blizzard wants to push people into PvP, and thinks that rewards is the only way. But again, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, but the thing, of course, being people will always be mad. So, especially, at least in my experience in the PvP community, a lot of people want special rewards, especially if we consider mounts, the seasonal mounts for arena rating or something. This elite... yeah, choice quest. That would also be, in my opinion, the better way to tackle it, by giving people the choice. And not to force them into a certain direction. Would definitely be the better choice.
Observatorium. See to it that the facade shines like a well-polished beetle shell.
But then again, I think Blizzard knows. They know that a choice quest would probably appease more. But then again, sometimes I think it's about statistics. So you have different, in a company, you have different groups being responsible for different things. And the guys responsible for PvP probably want the numbers of players playing PvP pushed. So for example, without these quests, without an incentive for more people to play, the numbers of total PvP players is probably going to be much lower. And that's probably not going to look good for these people. So sometimes these decisions, there's a little bit of an office political idea behind it, I think. Because it's kind of obvious sometimes that there is an interest of certain people over at Blizzard for this kind of stuff. Because ultimately this just alienates, it just separates the community. It serves little purpose except to push certain numbers. That's the only reason I can see. Because this is something that a lot of people, it annoys them. I mean, it's a time-gated event. People want the tokens, but now they feel forced to play PvP. That's a recipe for disaster, and obviously people would flame and write comments over at Wowhead and all.
Fascinating. We protect you. An overcrawler. Watch where you wander.
It is good you are here, until we tangle again. You prove fascinating. Tread softly, overcrawler.
But I definitely agree with the idea of large world goals, but ultimately I think it's kind of obvious that Blizzard has kind of lost track or interest in PvP in total. I mean, the last time Blizzard kind of tried to include PvP into the heart of the community was Battle for Azeroth, where they brought us all these open world PvP events, but ultimately these here, what are they called? Honorbound, whatever. But it kind of backfired. People overall were kind of unhappy with it. And the problem obviously being, I think at Blizzard, they need to value statistics in order to make the big decisions. And they probably kind of pushed PvP out of their mind because they think that Battle for Azeroth partially failed because of this, so they just delete it and not use it again. But what they didn't realize is that the feature was just not polished enough. It would have worked very well if they had improved the idea behind it, but they didn't. And now PvP just overall gets punished and pushed into the corner that nobody cares about. The thing also, in my opinion, that would help PvP greatly, the entire gearing system is kind of detrimental to a good PvP environment. Because, for example, if a normal person now, with trash gear from leveling, goes into arena, he's going to get destroyed because the people have better gear than him. So, one idea, for example, is if everyone shouldn't have the same gear. Obviously, it's a bit of a problem because some people like the gearing process, but maybe it would be a good idea to have a separate system of PvP where everyone has an equal footing. So everyone has the same point of reference and nobody has an advantage. I think that would give a lot of people an incentive to try it. Because again, if people don't have full PvP gear, they're just getting face rolled, and it's just no fun. And if a person with bad gear tries PvP and gets face rolled, he's just going to quit. And he's never going to touch it again, because obviously it's not fun. And that's something I definitely understand. But again, it's a very fundamental question, because gearing in overall in World of Warcraft is very important to many.
Someone picky.
Yeah, the island expeditions were great. It's a bit of a shame. I think personally there are good features from certain add-ons, but for some reason Blizzard never really repeats it. I've actually never played Guild Wars PvP. I don't know that, so, but interesting. Interesting that another MMO would do that, because I think that would solve a lot of problems.
Like you.
Alrighty, I think we actually have 100 already. 104, perfect. Oh yes, token collector. Collect 100 bronze tokens, feet of... Yes. So now we get tokens for, well, everything really. Let me quickly take a look. We should get tokens now for time. Yes, time walking, everyone, Chromie. Yes, so once you have the 100 tokens, getting more tokens is easy. But concerning the leveling of gear, I mean, it's kind of a fundamental question, but one I think that World of Warcraft should also tackle eventually. I mean, it's obvious Blizzard is trying to tackle a balance. On the one hand, they want players to resubscribe, so they want to put in content to play. For example, the gearing system, obviously a reward-based system, is going to make a lot of players happy. But then again, it's also something that kind of alienates a lot of people who don't want to spend so much time gearing. Interesting, that definitely sounds like something... yeah. Interesting. Template control base how you want to play. Ah. That's cool. Yeah, that's the thing that I would like here also, is just to have the choice, because some people obviously enjoy it, and they should also be happy by getting it, but not everyone does. That sounds great, interesting. I mean, I tried out Guild Wars 2 years ago, I think, but overall, especially because my friends all played this game, it wasn't really something that I enjoyed overly much, but it had probably more to do with my friends playing something else. That sounds great. It's a bit of a shame that Blizzard has not...
Return if you wish to speak again.
If you know a bit more about Guild Wars, what would you say is the amount of players in Guild Wars enjoying PvP in comparison with World of Warcraft? Is that portion of the community bigger? Question mark.
Take all the time you need. I knew you would like my wares.
Hail, honored guests and children of any age! A story awaits at the storyteller's stage! So stop what you're doing, and come if you're able, to hear Lore Walker Cho spin us a fable.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, that's the thing in World of Warcraft, there's just a lot of, there's an entry wall in every aspect. I mean, a lot of people like it, but then again, it kind of forces the community to not change. So at least in my experience, there are not a lot of new players in World of Warcraft. It's mostly old players, just because there is so much to do, and other games just offer the same amount of fun for, well, less work to do. There's just not this huge entry wall where you just need to do stuff to compete. Interesting.
Hail.
Alrighty, so obviously... Oh, I thought it cost 100. We're going to get the Retribution set, Judgment Armor. Right.
May the eternal sun shine upon you.
Come, shop, browse. Smell.
It's kind of hilarious. This piece of the open world set fits better because the belt is... Oh, interesting. Yeah, the thing with factions, obviously, in World of Warcraft, it's outdated. At this point, the faction system should have got a rework. I mean, after all the stories, after all the lore, that we still can't play with our friends, open world and dungeons and all. LFR is just it's a bit stupid. It's just it feels like some of these mechanics only exist because it was decided once, but it never got the update it deserved.
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer.
Considering the whole faction splitting, asking question and all, I mean, if we look at Blizzard's storytelling, at Blizzard lore, it usually is just Horde bad, Alliance good, and that's kind of their idea for a story arc. So I'm not surprised by it, but it's a bit of a shame, yeah. Because what you explain is definitely a way forward where more players, especially new players, will feel more comfortable with the game, and that's overall, of course, a win. I mean, that sounds great. That sounds exactly what I would like Blizzard to do, to be honest. But then again, I remember, I think it was beginning of Battle for Azeroth, where on Wowhead there was an article or YouTube video linked, where a developer of Blizzard, I'm not sure if it was anonymously or officially, talked about the development cycle at Blizzard, and at least back in the day, it took ages. So for them to learn from an experience, to implement it into the game, took, at least back then, at least 2.5 years. So that was obviously a bit of a problem, because sometimes the feedback needs to happen quickly. So, what would you say looks better? So we have the Sabatons of the Ringing Deeps, that's this open world set, the cool looking one. The color profile doesn't yet match the Judgment set. The Fire Plume kind of matches more, for example, this bronzish tone matches well with the Gauntlet, but overall it's a bit much. It adds a lot of detail. So either we, I mean, this is a joke, obviously. Blizzard never really gives a shit about torrent feed. So, I'm probably going for the Talons.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels. Punches, lucky doos and loot.
But considering what Blizzard kind of struggles with, I think we're going to see some sort of change. So at least according to the leaks, Blizzard is now under the Xbox brand, and the Xbox boss is now the boss of this game also. And it appears that he told the Blizzard employees if they have good ideas, they can come forward with it. So for example, they're apparently thinking about creating a new big patch for Warcraft 3 and maybe a StarCraft game, a new one. So they're pitching a lot of ideas behind the scenes right now. And I think we're also going to see some major changes in World of Warcraft, at least, probably.
your feet find good trails. Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer. Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
Do not proceed. You will be eliminated. My axe. System failure in progress.
So it's definitely working. Once you get the 100 achievement, you get 1 token per world boss.
Feed me with your anger!
I'm not sure, by the way, if you played it, but Pandaria Remix was one of the few times in recent years where I thought, like, damn, Blizzard, well done. Remix was just super fun. I mean, playing around with old content that players already have experience with is just it's a good recipe to make people happy. It's a little bit of a shame that in terms of PvP, Pandaria offered nothing. I mean, it would have been kind of fun to have open world PvP with OP players, where everyone is OP, where everyone is just so overpowered it's ridiculous. But then again, it would have been fun to, for example, throw your enemies away against the mountain or something, but yeah. Maybe one day we'll get something like that. one more comment on the... You spoke about horizontal growth. I think the problem is a bit also that Blizzard is afraid, especially in the gaming industry right now. For example, if we look at Ubisoft or EA or any other big company, they are afraid of change. I mean, in the entire entertainment industry. Also, if we look at Disney, at cinema, at television series, they want to milk old franchises, old ideas, safe ideas, because they're afraid or they're not able to create new content. I mean, it's difficult to make up a good story, and it's safer and easier to just milk an old idea. And the same as if Blizzard is going in the wrong direction. For example, in Shadowlands they tried a couple of things, but then ruined it by making a time-gating time waste. I think they're a bit afraid of making mistakes, because World of Warcraft already had 1 or 2 downs, and they're probably not going to end well if the downs continue. I mean, they kind of... Dragonflight overall, I think, was a good thing for World of Warcraft, because a lot of people liked the ideas, the changes behind it. But after Shadowlands, they're probably afraid to change any major basic mechanics of the game, simply because they might be afraid of how the community would react to it. So it's much safer to play the card that was already dealt. So change nothing overall. It's a bit like the German Merkel way, their previous chancellor, where you just change nothing and hope for the best. And that's probably a good description for the gaming industry right now in total.
Calling all fashionistas to strut their stuff in the fashion frenzy!
This is when you leave.
How are you? See you around.
I think they stole our baby Blizzard. It's a battle pet, but I can't find it. I mean, to be honest, it's a bit of Blizzard's own fault, because if they had listened more often to the community, a lot of bad stuff could have been avoided. For example, Shadowlands, I mean, the add-on wasn't too terrible, but time-gating the community towards having to do dailies to be successful in the game every day for months on end was just recipe for disaster anyway. Interestingly enough, throwing the classes to an extent out the window is something that the Star Wars MMO also did to an extent. And it was kind of a refreshing change, because you weren't... I mean, a lot of people nowadays, for example, they also love to play this Final Fantasy MMO, where there is also not this kind of class identity, where there's just one kind of class, and then you can go into different skill trees or in different directions, but this class identity that we have in World of Warcraft is not really embraced in other MMOs, and they're also kind of successful, so that's interesting, yeah?
Do not proceed. You will be eliminated.
I can only hope that Blizzard will eventually think about that too. I'm, for example, also not the biggest fan of the time-gated, especially equipment refarming system. It serves a certain purpose, but it's kind of outdated. Hopefully one day World of Warcraft will go beyond that.
And now you learn the true lesson of the Void. Frontal. Interrupt.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Frontal. Interrupt. Frontal.
Everything.
AOE incoming. Kill ads. Watch your step.
Consumes everything.
AOE incoming. Kill ads. Watch your step.
That's definitely one point. I also have to consider out of all the years I've played a lot of MMOs, but this is the only game I return to regularly. Because as you say, what it does incredibly well.
Frontal. Frontal.
The void consumes everything.
Interrupt. Frontal. Crowd control. Frontal. Crowd control. Frontal. Interrupt.
Consumes every.
Crowd control. Crowd control. Frontal.
You'll fall to my swarm.
Interrupt. Run out.
Consumes everything.
Run out.
Gather my prey to me.
Once, my people thrived under the guidance of the Black Empire.
Watch your step.
Queen Neferis refused to reclaim that glory, but no more. Ansurek and the Black Blood will usher in a new age for Ashkahet.
Interrupt. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be here tomorrow, so have a nice day, and good night.
Interrupt. Watch your step. Interrupt. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Boy, take you all!
Move to pool. Watch your step. Watch your step. Move to pool. Watch your step.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Watch your step. Interrupt. Watch your step. Interrupt.
I told you that you were destined for great things. Rejoice, for you have aided the end of all things.
2, 1.
Heroes, we'll secure the docks while you push further into. With any luck, we'll drive this scum from the city before high tide.
Gruntle. Pulling in. Whirlwind. Gruntle. Gruntle. Inevitably, the void consumes everything. Interrupt. Interrupt. Pulling in. Whirlwind.
That's what I call a prime cut.
Pulling in. Whirlwind. Pulling in. Consumes whirlwind.
To the slaughter! You're next! Ends to the slaughter! Ends to the slaughter! The void consumes everything. You're next! Don't let me go away.
Heroes, my scouts report heavy fighting near the palace. Please, ensure Lady Proudmoore's safety.
Run out.
I'll remove the rest of this filth from the docks.
Run out. Run out. Inevitably, the void consumes everything. Whirlwind. Run out. Interrupt.
Captain Lockwood, our forces have lost control of the dock.
That ship is
Watch your
laden with
step.
Azerite caches. Slaughter the crew, and I'll haul its cargo out of the city.
Watch your step. Run out. Watch your step. Interrupt. Watch your step.
I'm tired of this! Decimator rounds! Fire!
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Clear the deck! I'm tired of this! All cannons! Fire! Clear the deck! Here's lead in your gut!
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Another notch in me blade! I sail to uncharted waters!
Heroes! Ashvane's forces are attempting to break through our southern wall. Stop them, and we may have a chance at driving them from Boralis.
I'll rally the militia and secure the castle. Good hunting!
Heroes! Ashvane's forces are attempting to break
Interrupt.
through our southern wall. Stop them, and we may have a chance at driving them from Boralis.
I'll rally the militia and
AOE
secure the
incoming.
castle. Good hunting!
Fear incoming. AOE incoming.
AOE incoming. AOE incoming. Fear incoming. AOE incoming.
Heroes, we need your aid! That sea giant is demolishing everything in its path!
Void consumes everything.
Pulling in. Whirlwind. Run out. Pulling in. Whirlwind.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Full fathom 5, your bones shall lie!
Watch your step. Find shelter. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Find shelter. Watch your step.
Return my body.
You've done it! Without their giant, Ashvane's forces will be pushed out.
Enjoy your hollow victory, fools! Without the Vulturan fleet, you have no hope of defeating me. Allow me to demonstrate. Their gate has fallen! Breach the city and slay all who oppose me!
Ashvane's beast is destroying our ships. Looks
Range
like there
5.
are still artillery pieces in the wreckage.
AOE incoming.
Reassemble them and kill her pet before we have nothing left to repel Ashvane's fleet.
Don't let this beast eat me!
AOE incoming.
Inevitably, the void consumes.
I owe you. Just give me a second to get this cannon working. Ready to fire!
AOE incoming. AOE incoming.
Get this thing off me! Don't let this beast eat me!
Inevitably, the void consumes.
Range 5.
Cannon's good to go. Turn that beast into chump!
AOE incoming. AOE incoming.
I owe you. Just give me a second to get this cannon working. Cannon's good to go.
Yes, my chosen. You have proven worthy of my gift.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now you learn the true lesson of the Void.
Interrupt. Frontal. Interrupt. Frontal.
Inevitably, the Void consumes everything.
Interrupt. Frontal. Frontal. Interrupt. Interrupt. Frontal. AOE incoming. Kill ads.
Inevitably, the Void consumes everything.
Watch your step. AOE incoming. Kill ads. Watch your step.
intruders. Find them!
Gruntle.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Gruntle. Gruntle. Interrupt. Gruntle. Interrupt. Gruntle.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Gruntle. 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 Interrupt. Crowd control. Crowd control. Crowd control.
Incompetent drones. I will end you.
Consumes everything.
Gruntle. Gruntle.
You'll fall to my swarm.
Interrupt. Run out.
My swarm hungers.
Run out.
Inevitably,
Run out.
the void consumes everything.
Once,
Interrupt.
my people thrived under the guidance of the Black Empire.
Watch your step.
Queen Neferis refused to reclaim that glory, but no more. Ansurek and the Black Blood will usher in a new age for Ajkahet.
Interrupt. Watch your step.
Inevitably, the void
Interrupt.
consumes everything.
Watch your step.
The harvest will prevail!
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Boy, take you all!
Move to pool.
Void consumes everything.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Boy, take you all!
Move to pool. Watch your step. Watch your step.
My blood weeps.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now you learn the true lesson of the Void.
Interrupt.
Pathetic creatures! Worshipping sticks and leaves! Nature is meant to be controlled!
Inevitably,
Watch your feet.
the Void consumes everything.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Tiernan! Cross these insects!
You must run. My mind betrays me.
You will
Watch your
do
step.
my bidding!
You must endure.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Confusion.
Fear
Be
incoming.
gone from my sight!
AOE incoming.
Darkness surrounds me!
Place your faith in me.
Inevitably, the Void consumes everything.
I will break you into splinters!
Interrupt.
I cannot control it.
You will
Watch
do
your
my
step.
bidding!
Interrupt.
Please survive this. Pain.
Fear
Be
incoming.
gone from my sight!
Yay! More friends are here to play! Come along!
Inevitably, the Void consumes everything.
Stone and sigil show the way. One does not belong. One you must follow.
Interrupt.
No fooling you.
Breath incoming. Breath incoming.
The void consumes everything.
You did it! Good guess. No fooling you.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
You did it! Good guess. We're gonna have so much fun!
Stay away from lines.
You! I want to play with you!
Stay away from lines.
One of us is not like the others. Will you play with me? Pretty please.
Stay away from lines.
The void consumes everything.
Stay away from lines.
Aw, are you feeling tired? A special game, just for us. One of us is not like the others.
Stay away from lines.
No more fun? Here I am.
Stay away from lines. Run out. Stay away from lines.
Don't you want to keep...
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Stay away from lines.
Oh, wow, you're really good at this. That was fun. I haven't played like that in so long. Let's do it again.
The time for play has passed. The winds urge us forward.
Aw, okay. No more lists. Hey, this doesn't look right. It doesn't look right at all.
Tyrna's scythe withers as the Gorm feast. Balance must be restored.
Interrupt. AOE incoming. Watch your step. Range interrupt. Watch your step. Incoming. Range 5. Watch your step. Interrupt.
Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Range 5. Interrupt. Watch your step. AOE incoming. Range 5. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Inevitably,
watch your step.
The void consumes everything.
Line up pulling in. Run. Watch your step. Incoming. Watch your feet. Interrupt. Watch your feet. Watch your step. Interrupt. Watch your step. Kill ads.
Inevitably,
line up
pulling in. Consumes
run.
Everything.
Watch your step. Watch your feet. Interrupt. Watch your step. Kill ads. Line up pulling it. Run.
I told you that the void consumes everything. The collie slumbers.
be his son. Tyrna's side will remember you. Always.
I have many